it's lights out and away we go. And I think Verstappen got a slightly better start than Lewis Hamilton, and also Charles Leclerc a better start than Valtteri Bottas.
Hi Formula 1 and Indycar fans, welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Today is May 14th, 2021. I'm here to tell you about the Spanish Grand Prix, but first, if you want to know about the local boys, Fernando Alonso and Carlos Sainz Jr., unfortunately, you're not going to like the results because Fernando Alonso and his Alpine Renault finished 17th, one lap down. Carlos Sainz Jr. and his Ferrari fared a bit better in 7th. If you were hoping for better results from the Spaniards, I'm afraid it's quite a headache. Yuki Tsunoda was the only major retirement, just 6 laps into the race in his Scuderia AlphaTauri Honda. As for the start itself, Lewis Hamilton started on pole in his Mercedes, and Max Verstappen of Red Bull Honda started second. In the first corner of the first lap, it was Max Verstappen who took the lead and dominated 3/4 of the race. But as usual, you don't count out Lewis Hamilton for nothing, as he managed, just with about 10 laps to go, retook the lead and would go on to win his 6th Spanish Grand Prix and 5 in a row. This makes Hamilton his 98th career win. Valtteri Bottas of Finland finished 3rd in the Mercedes. 4th place went to Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez of Red Bull finished 5th. If you're wondering about the Aston Martin boys, well, unfortunately, Sebastian Vettel finished 13th and Lance Stroll finished 11th. Disappointing, I know, if you're an Aston Martin fan. I was hoping for some improvements by now, especially with Mercedes power behind them. Well, we'll just have to wait and see when they race in Monte Carlo on May 23rd. And speaking of Monaco, back on May 8th was the Monaco E-Prix for the Formula E cars. It seemed that Mitch Evans of Jaguar Racing had a dominant performance going on. Unfortunately, he ran out of juice with the last few corners to go on the final lap, demoting him to 3rd and giving the win to Portugal's Antonio Felix da Costa of Team DS Techeetah. Yeah, not a great day for the British cat, huh? I might have said earlier that the Canadian Grand Prix was cancelled because of COVID restrictions and that we were talking Turkey with the Turkish Grand Prix to take its spot. Unfortunately, the COVID restrictions have also put Turkey out of the picture, so that, for the time being, has been postponed as of today.
Oh.
Ugh!
So France and Austria will substitute on June 20th and 27th, so basically it'll be a double header in Austria on June 27th and July 4th for Formula 1. Well, let's see what happens, and can any other races end up being postponed or cancelled because of this pandemic? Who knows? Let's pray and hope not. Let's have our fingers crossed. Now on to IndyCar news. It was said earlier that the 36-car entry list that was supposed to qualify for the Indy 500 unfortunately has dropped down to 35. And who is the person withdrawing? It is Rick Ware's son, Cody Ware, who is also co-owning with Dale Coyne. I'm really disappointed about that because I have one thing in common with them, as I might have said in a previous video. We both have autism, and it's quite a mental and social difference that we're born with. For those who don't know, it's can be a struggle with a lot of things, like how we socialize, how we learn things. It's some kind of a disability or such. But it's a shame because I was hoping he would show up, whether he wins or is competitive or not. I was hoping he'd make history in becoming the first autistic driver to qualify for the Indy 500. The reason why he's withdrawing is because lack of funding.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Disappointing indeed. Well, I just pray he tries again next year and hopefully has the money to go for it. And I hate to add more fuel to the flames of disappointment, but in addition to the Canadian Grand Prix, now the Turkish GP being postponed if not cancelled, the intended Indy GP at Toronto in Canada is also cancelled for this year.
Damn it!
Disappointing, I know, eh? Will there be any events to substitute for Toronto this year? That is up to IndyCar to decide, and if it's even possible, because in the end it's all about money and such. But an even bigger disappointment to add to this whole video is, at the end of the year, NBC is no longer televising IndyCar racing.
Oh, God.
I know, it's such a headache. I mean, like, after all this time, ABC, then NBC. Now IndyCar is probably in talks with CBS, although I won't hold my breath for that. But then, if that doesn't work out, what will IndyCar do for television coverage? That is the question. I guess at the end of the year, it's time for us IndyCar fans to disconnect, cancel our Peacock subscriptions, and if CBS is the answer, we've got our eye on them. In conclusion, tune in tomorrow, May 15th at 2 p.m. on NBC for the Indy GP. Will it be Pagano? Will it be Power? Dixon? Or someone new to cross the yard of bricks at the Indy road course going the opposite direction? Only time will tell at the world-famous spectacle in racing. And not only that, 16 days to go from this point until the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500 will commence. I'll be there, and I hope you will too. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders, and I hope you like my videos and subscribe.